I'd like to think I'm some kind of a pro when it comes to laminate flooring, simply because at 2 of my previous homes in my life, I completely removed the carpet and installed all laminate flooring throughout the house. So I'm pretty good at it, I don't know. It's kind of a grayish color. It's not super nice, but it was $1.64 a foot. It's just the click-in kind. It has an underlayment mounted in there, and it's just the click-in kind. You see the little groove there, so when you snap the next board in, you just go click, and it's supposed to snap. It doesn't work perfectly. This was the absolute cheapest laminate floor that Home Depot had, $1.64, and this is honestly just a workshop. It's not like this is a living quarters, so I wasn't looking to putting something super expensive down in here. Laminate flooring installations can be finicky, and I have these 2 tools that I've basically had for, let me think, at least 15 years, these tools, at least. And basically this is like a plastic block, and that's what you use to tap, really. It's just a tapping block so that you're not using your hammer directly on the edge of the laminate floor, because you'll just break the material. And then there's this gizmo. It's got a hook on one side and it's got a hammering edge on the other side. Basically you hook that down on the flooring and then you hammer on that side, and it's supposed to pull the flooring to keep it all tight. It's coming in handy again on this workshop. You see, when you're getting your row started, it's difficult to get it snapped in. So that's why I end up using this thing. It's like a puller, and that goes there, and I just kind of stick my foot up against there, and then that's gonna have to hammer back to try to get it to snap in. What you have to do when you get to the end is you measure the board, flip the other way around, and then you just mark a line, cut it on your saw, and then you're able to fit that piece in. And then the leftover piece that you cut off, you use that to start your next row. And as long as you stagger the seams, you're fine. Now I shouldn't have to keep doing that. It's only to get the first few rows started, because it is floating. So sometimes when you tap it over here, this side comes off. So you gotta just get the first few rows set and done. Keeping me company? You're all dirty! Look at your face! You're all dirty! Should have 2 people doing this. I don't have 2 people. I bet you're wondering right about now what I'm doing pounding in these spikes. I came up with this genius idea of adding on to the back of the new workshop build using some leftover 16-foot lumber that I had from the build. I'm thinking that I'll be able to use this covered area to prepare firewood. I can keep my log splitter under here, and I guess it'll be an all-season area for me to do firewood, whether it's raining or snowing or whatever. I'll be protected under here. So I think it's a really good idea, and it didn't really cost too much money to add on to this because I'm utilizing the one wall of the workshop. So I think it's pretty cool. It only took me a day and a half to build, and it didn't really take too much time away from the main workshop build. So hopefully you think it's a good idea too. I stopped building the workshop actually for a couple days simply because I thought it might be a good weather to get this little roof area completed, and I knew that we were going to be getting some snow flurries coming in, so I'd much rather get my log splitter under here and get it out of the weather. And I can also bring some of the logs and they can start to dry under here, and it's just all around a good idea, I think. Maggie, what are you doing down here? Where'd you go? I see you under there. Maggie, what are you doing? You checking out my shop? Hey, Maggie. Oh, there's Dexter. Dexter! You checking out my shop too? Dexter, come here, bud. How are ya? You okay? You keeping Maggie company, huh? Honestly, I always get distracted by the cats, you know. Maggie and Dexter came down to keep me company and check out my work that I'm doing. I'm pretty sure Mango and Tango are in the woods there. They're just not coming out yet. Okay, I'm all done this roof. Not too shabby. So this thing is 18 feet long and 152 inches out from the wall, whatever that works out to be. And it's more than enough space to do firewood under here. As you can see, even on the low side, it's still not hitting my head, you know, and I'm 6'3". So I made it so that I won't bang my head. And way over here, I mean, it's the height of the building. It's like 9 feet tall. And of course, in my infinite wisdom, again, I put these two windows in thinking it'll get me some sunlight because the sun's way up there. And now I block the sun. Oh, God. I didn't plan this ahead, though. I just got this idea. I said, you know what? If I make a little lean-to section here, there's already a wall, so it's nice. Keep continuing trying to improve your designs, you know? But I got that done relatively easy. This took me like a day and a half. know, you always install stovepipe with the male end down. It's all over the internet, it's all over YouTube, because if you have any deposit buildup like creosote, it'll basically fall down back into the stove as opposed to seeping out through the crack coming outside of the pipe. You want it to fall down inside the pipe. But in my case here, I'm trimming off the male portion just for the connection into the wood stove because, you know, it's got like these ridges on it. You see these ridges? And I mean, it doesn't really look that good. It doesn't look like a nice fit into the collar, the cast iron collar. So I want to cut that off and get that in there so that it looks nice and clean, really. I found this cute little wood stove from a store up here in Canada called Canadian Tire, and it was on sale for $599, which is not too bad. It's long this way, eh? So you're still able to fit up to 19-inch logs in here. I don't know, I think it's pretty cute. It's good enough for the workshop here. This workshop is 650 square feet. And that wood stove is good up to 900 square feet, so I think we're pretty close. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just put a piece of cardboard there so that when I cut the roof, the wood chunks are not going to fall into the pipe. It looks to me like it's not going to be tall enough though, because the roof line is over there, and I mean it's coming to about right here, maybe here. So that's not good. I'm going to have to buy another piece. But I knew that, like I wasn't exactly sure how tall it was going to be. But that's okay. I can put the cap on for today, and then when I go to the hardware store, get like another 2-foot piece or something, because they come in 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 feet. It's important to tuck this underneath. There you go. That's not too bad. I might need to trim it right there a little bit to get it more snug. Not too shabby. I goop a bunch of this stuff on underneath here. Keep it all on here too. I'll end up screwing this on, and then I'll have to put some sealant on the screw heads. Okay, there you go. That's not bad. Nice little fitting right here. This thing's called the storm collar, and that just fits over top, and then you bend those tabs to lock it in, just to cover the gap, and then you put a little coating of sealant around the edge there, and it stops any of the weather, or is supposed to stop any of the weather from getting in. Not too shabby. You see what I mean about the height? If you mark the line, look at it. It's hitting right there. Now, it's supposed to be, I think, 2 feet above the top. Anything within 10 feet, and this is within 10 feet. So it's got to be 2 feet higher than that ridge there. So I think if I get a 2-foot piece, it'll be okay. But for now, I just got to put this cap on to prevent the rain from getting in until I can get to the hardware store. I'd say that's not too shabby. I got a nice bead all the way around here. I think it's gonna do fine. But I do have to hit the hardware store to get 2 more feet because it's not tall enough. I've been working at this flooring now for a couple weeks. I started on that side just because I needed to get that wood burning stove in because we had a few days of really nice weather. So I wanted to get up on the roof and do all that kind of stuff. It's been raining now the past few days, so I've been really working on this flooring. And as you can see, I just have this little section left, and I gotta do a little cut to cut it in there. It's okay. I have lots of flooring left, so I think I'm gonna have a few boxes extra, so I'll be able to take that back to the Home Depot and get my money back. I wanna finish this today though. Sometimes when you get to a spot here, this wall has to be cut out. So you can see, you just measure it and you cut out a piece with the jigsaw, and this should fit nicely right around here. And Bob's your uncle. The tapping block is good for only right here. Right, Molly? Right? You just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo. You know, the order at which I'm doing stuff in this little project is not necessarily the correct order that you're supposed to do things in, but really, I'm just making the best of the weather. If I can get some of the outside stuff done before the bad weather comes, I can do this flooring on a day like today when it's raining. It's raining so bad outside, so I can stay in here and I'm dry, I'm comfortable. It's a little cold, but it's not too bad. There you go, I'm officially done the floor. I did manage to get it done today. Got a little bit of cleanup to do. I have 6 boxes left to take back to Home Depot, so that's good. I'll get a little bit of money back. And I'm just, been trying to play around in my head what the setup is going to be. In my garage at home, I have a bunch of Gladiator cabinets, and I was thinking on bringing it here since I do most of my home fix-it type stuff here at the farm. The cabinets are pretty tall. They'll probably have to go on this wall here, you know, and then this is on an angle down, so that's just over 6 feet. I'm standing up and I'm 6'3", so I still got 3 inches there, so that's not too bad. I'll be able to put these type of tables there. I have 2 of these tables, so I was thinking on putting them on either side of the window there, since I don't need the height. And then I'll have cabinetry here. Maybe on this side I'll have a shelf, because I have that red shelf in the cat house, or the future cat house. And then I'll just have my table saw and my miter saw set up right here. I'll have to make myself a little desk somewhere. Maybe in that little corner right there. It's nice to make a little desk because I want to be able to sit down, you know, that kind of stuff. Charge my phone, charge my cameras. This is going to be cool. I'm well on my way. I did get that extra 2 feet of chimney, so I'll get that on, and at least the chimney will be done officially. Then I gotta practice making little fires in there. I've never had a wood stove in my life, people. I guess you just start the fire like normally. Get a little kindling, get a little paper, stuff it in there. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out though. It's not that hard, right? There, now it's 2 feet above the ridge there. Perfect. You'll notice I stuck a little bit of the insulation in. It's just because I had some of it loose. I didn't want the mice to start eating it and making nests out of it, since it's, you know, a little bit colder right now. But I don't really want to put all the insulation in because I have to do the electrical wiring. There's a 100 amp sub panel in the drive shed there. What my neighbor and I are going to do in a couple days, he's got a mini excavator and we're going to dig a trench. The wire just has to be deeper than, I think, 12 inches, but we'll probably make it deep enough that you won't dig it up if you're scraping the gravel. And maybe I'll make somewhere right here the demarc point. I got to get the electrical done before I can get the place insulated. And really, because it's getting dark, we just passed daylight savings time, eh? So it's starting to get dark now around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So there's not much I can do in here after that time without any lighting. Coming together. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you on the next episode. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. Looking forward to it. You guys take care. Thanks for watching.